Good day, everyone, and thank you for attending today's webinar. My name is Ty Nunez, and I am a senior account executive here at Nexternal. And today we're going to discuss an excellent topic, a topic that gets me very excited, and that's subscriptions and reoccurring orders and how easy they can be to set up and manage using Nexternal's e-commerce platform. I'm going to try to keep this webinar to 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to jump right in, but I will open up a little bit of a Q&A at the end of the webinar. So if you have any questions along the way, they're in the GoToMeeting panel. You can enter those questions and we'll try to get to those if we have a little bit of time at the end. Also, if you get pulled away from the webinar for any reason, I will have a recording available shortly after we are finished. So I can send you an email with a link to that recording if necessary. So before we start discussing the subscription features that are available with Nexternal, I would like to speak briefly about the power of offering subscriptions and potentially what it can do for your business. There's a lot of potential centered around subscriptions and recurring revenue. So I want to scratch on that just a little bit. So why offer subscriptions? We all know that sales are extremely tough to predict. We forecast, we budget, we purchase, and then we hope all of our efforts equate into enough sales to actually turn a profit. As business owners, we've accepted this risk and we're up to the challenge of attacking this every day. With that said, I think all of us would like just a bit of a mental break here and there. And one of the great things about offering subscriptions is that it can eventually allow us to look into a hypothetical crystal ball to help us more accurately predict our future, which in turn can reduce some of the pressure that comes along with being a business owner. Having a good idea of a bare minimum amount of business you're going to generate month after month can really be a powerful thing for you, both personally and professionally. Subscription functionality and reoccurring orders is extremely popular in e-commerce nowadays. And if it's something you can leverage for your business, it really will add a lot more value to what you're doing as a business. You really don't need to look much further than companies like Netflix or Dollar Shave Club or Shoe Dazzle or Trunk Club to kind of get an idea on how subscriptions can really add a significant amount of value to the online industry and your business. So again, how can you leverage that for you and your brand is really the big question. There are additional benefits. So aside from just knowing, what kind of order volume you're going to have and that you can anticipate, there are other benefits that you can expect from subscriptions. One is going to be inventory levels. So being able to accurately maintain your inventory levels is a powerful thing as a business owner. A lot of times when you're purchasing product, you're using speculation based upon what you just kind of anticipate that you're going to sell that month. With subscriptions and reoccurring orders, you have a very solid idea of, at the bare minimum, what you're going to need and what you're going to have, and that's just it's just a nice. It's just a way to eliminate that guessing game and a nice way to operate when you can dictate your inventory levels and make sure you're maintaining that consistently. Being able to maintain your inventory levels also allows you to negotiate better deals with your vendors. So if you can go to a vendor or a supplier and say, look, I am going to purchase this much product from you every month, guaranteed for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, that puts the power right back on you. You have the ability to negotiate better deals, lower prices. Even consider new vendors. When you go to trade shows and you're sitting down with suppliers and vendors, you kind of have this ace up your sleeve that you can present to them and say, look, I know for a fact that I'm going to be shipping out at least this many of these products on a monthly, weekly, annual basis. This is something that not a lot of people think about, but it also gives you a larger or stronger return on your advertising investment. So being able, let's just say, for example, you're currently investing in a pay-per-click marketing campaign. So what happens is someone goes to Google, searches for, let's say coffee. They end up on your website. They buy a bag of coffee. They are out of the door. And, in your mind, what you're doing is you're kind of hoping that they had such a good experience that they're going to return to your storefront. Now, you may do things like send out an email campaign or email newsletter, to try to get them back. But if they subscribe, if you're offering a subscription and they commit to that second interaction, you're guaranteeing a follow-up sale. So a lot of times with pay-per-click marketing and some of your marketing strategies, that first sale, you may not even turn a profit. You've invested so much into just getting that customer into the door and getting them to convert that first sale may not even be profitable. So being able to, and offering subscriptions allows you to, kind of guarantee that you're going to turn a profit off of that customer because you're getting them to commit to the next interaction with that first interaction. So being able to see a return on that investment or a stronger return on that investment is extremely powerful for you as well. And then customer relations. So I like to think about subscriptions really kind of in two formats. I like to look at it as convenience subscriptions, and then also what we call passion subscriptions. Convenience are going to be your things like your toiletries. So you can have paper towels auto delivered by Amazon every month, or toothpaste, or let's just say personal items of any kind, Dollar Shave Club, let's say. And then you have your passions, which are, I'm just shoe crazy, so I'm going to subscribe to Shoe Dazzle, or, I love clothes, so I'm going to subscribe to Trunk Club and some of these other clubs. So you kind of have these two different elements. You have this convenience element, and then you have this high fidelity passion element. Being able to classify your customers is a very good way to build customer relationships. So, knowing what type of customer that you have allows you to kind of tug on those emotional strings when you are marketing and when you are building those relationships. So you kind of, if you relate this to, let's just say, a brick and mortar store, you have that customer who comes in once a month. You're going to learn a lot about that customer. You're going to interact with that customer, and you're going to build a relationship with that customer. And that same type of engagement and interaction can be done in an online environment with subscriptions and recurring orders. So a lot of things to help your business and help your brand, a lot of benefits centered around that subscription model that not a lot of companies are currently doing. So now I have you sold on subscriptions and you realize the potential. How do they work? So each e-commerce platform may handle reoccurring orders differently. However, at Nexternal, we make this very easy from both a customer perspective and also a merchant or you as the seller's perspective. So let's take a look at a live storefront so we can kind of see this in action. As you can see, this storefront is filled with a vast array of features. We have Nexternal. It has an awesome customer-facing storefront from a presentation standpoint. We have a powerful product presentation. We have an always-on-screen shopping cart. We have social networking, video, reviews, questions, upsells. So a lot of those fundamentals that really everybody should have, we offer those, and then we offer some advanced features centered around those. But you'll see here that we've also placed the auto ship functionality right on the product page. A lot of merchants who offer auto ship, they have this functionality in a completely separate area away from the product page that the the customer wants to subscribe to in the first place. So essentially what you're doing is saying, hey, this is a great product. If you want to subscribe to this product, go to another page, subscribe, and then just go ahead and come back and purchase. And ultimately, just even thinking about it, you should know that, hey, that's not going to equal out to as many conversions as you would like. So I feel that, having it right on the page here, right above the add to cart button, right next to the graphic, lends itself well to increasing the likelihood that someone's going to convert from an actual shopper to a subscriber. So I think this is really the best place that you can put it. You can see that really during the shopping experience, all the customer needs to do is simply click the item and click add to cart. And once they complete the checkout process, that's how easy it is to subscribe on a reoccurring basis to this product. Now, you have some variations. They can say every week, every 2 weeks, every month. These are what we call subscription options, and you can add in several different subscription options for a particular product. So again, customer comes to the product page, they simply click auto reordering. They choose their subscription options. They add that item to the cart, and they are out of the door. So a very easy process through the Nexternal platform, and it really just cannot get much simpler than that. So from a customer-facing side, we've made it very, very simple, but there are a few other features that I would like to point out on this page. Oops, it'll pop up here. Okay, so the first thing that I want to point out, the first additional feature that I'd like to have you take a look at is what we call the multiple ship to functionality. And you may have just noticed that here. So if I come to this page and I want to subscribe for myself, Nexternal has the ability to say, okay, this is a subscription for me. I'm going to auto reorder this subscription and I want it delivered every 2 weeks. So I can simply add that to cart, complete the checkout process, and now I will have a subscription that comes every 2 weeks. But let's say I would like to also offer one of these to my mother. So I want her to have this subscription as well. So I can say, ship this to someone else. Choose the frequency here. So for her, I'm going to offer it every month. I'm going to have it delivered every month. I'm then going to click add to cart. Now it's going to ask me who I would like this ship to. I can then choose my mom, add in a name. I can also include a little gift message. Hit submit, hit enter. And now under one order, I'm able to subscribe for myself and also give this as a gift to my mom. So the multiple ship to functionality allows me to, purchase several different products or subscribe to several different products and submit one order and have that subscription still kick in. A lot of e-commerce platforms, you're going to have to submit multiple orders, but within Nexternal, you can do it all right under one. So very cool feature there. A feature that I already kind of discussed was the discounting. So we'll get into some of the subscription preferences on the back end of the Nexternal platform, but you can see here you're able to offer discounts centered around particular subscription frequencies. So if a customer receives a 5% discount every month, but if they have it every week, you want to reward them by giving them 15% off if they have it delivered weekly. So you have the option as the merchant to configure those different discounts should you choose. Now, there's also some customer management tools that the shopper can use to manage their subscription. So I'm already logged in as a returning shopper here, but the shopper would actually just have to simply log into their account. In the My Account /reorder page, they can see some of their past orders. They can also look at their subscriptions and see the status, frequency, next order date of that subscription. They can then go into that subscription and alter some of those subscription actions. And you can see here that there are a few different actions that you can offer to them. Now, some of these actions are actually controlled by you in the back end of the Nexternal system. So you could essentially turn off if you don't want them to be able to skip their next order, you can turn that feature off. But you can see here they're able to automatically place an order right now. So I have a reoccurring order that's always going every month, but I ran out after 2 weeks. So I'm going to place a new order right now for this, and I want you to deliver that right away. I can edit the billing, the payment, the shipping information, pretty straightforward there, just in case I move or something. You can allow me to skip an order if I choose, or you can allow me to suspend or cancel that order. So from a customer facing side, we've made it very easy for them to subscribe to an actual product or opt into the auto reorders. We've also made it easy for them to manage those auto reorders after the fact. So you can see from the customer facing side, the subscription process is very easy to use and very easy to manage. So how is all this controlled? Let's take a look at the back end of the Nexternal order management system and how that actually works. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with Nexternal, we provide all of our merchants with a very powerful order management system. This web-based application is used to process orders, add products, configure your store settings, and much more. So let me go ahead and just log into the OMS here, and we'll take a look at some of these subscription options that are available. So obviously what you'll want to do is kind of identify what type of subscription program that you are going to offer. So someone, again, who has more of a club format might differ in their configuration versus someone who just is selling coffee, let's say. So the first thing you'll want to do is go in and set up your subscription preferences. Essentially, how do I want my subscriptions to function? Now you can kind of change these things throughout, so you don't have to hit a home run right on the first configuration. But you can see here inside of the subscription section in Nexternal, you're able to go ahead and choose various preferences. You can see here you can change things like how the subscription is worded in the online store. You can do things like lock the product price, lock shipping rates, allow that order skipping that was being mentioned in the account section, allow suspending, etc. So there are several different options that you can configure, or preferences that you can configure for offering subscriptions. Once you've configured your preferences, then what you'll want to do is go ahead and decide which products you are going to offer for subscriptions. Making a standard product into a subscription product is extremely easy with Nexternal. I think our developers really hit a home run on how they set this process up. You can see here next to each one of the products, this is our product database here. This is where all of the images, descriptions, pricing structures are stored for the products. To take a regular product or a standard product and turn it into a subscription product, you just simply click on the subscription icon next to the product. You then choose how many subscription options you are going to offer. And these are those variations, let's say weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. And you can see once you start to add in those variations, for each one of those options, you're going to be able to select some preferences for that option. You can check the frequency. So this is going to be my weekly subscription. And let's say you want to offer a discount. So we'll offer 20% off of our weekly subscriptions. This is our subscription 2. We'll offer this every 2 weeks. And we'll offer that at 15%. And you have your monthly, and you'll offer that at 10%. So essentially, all I need to do is configure those and hit finish. And now this product will have subscriptions available in the online store. So really, that's how easy it is to set those up. You have some different preferences here, like you can set specific terms. So if it's a 3 or 6 month subscription only, you can set those terms. You can also set sync dates, and I'll talk a little bit about sync dates when we get into the ordering section here. So there's some, and then you can say that this is a subscription only product, or it requires some type of upgrade, customer type of upgrade to if this product is ordered. So these are things that if you are an external customer, you will become familiar with and be trained on by your account manager on how to configure. So we've turned this product into a subscription-based product. Now in the online store, you can see that that product is automatically available for subscription. So it was that easy to turn this standard product into a subscription-based product. So really, it's just kind of one of those things. If we make it that easy, you might as well try it. In your mind, you might think, hey, no one's ever going to want a hat for a subscription, and this might not be the best product to show as a sample. But really, if you think there's just a chance of people subscribing to get that product on a regular basis, then by all means, just activate it. It works very well. So in the consumer world, this hat may not be a purchase that, a consumer is going to want delivered over and over again. However, if I am a business customer and I order 10 of these hats every month, and I'm ordering those hats from you, I can set this up on auto ship and have these 10 hats delivered every month to my business. So there really is not a product that you could probably think of, or you'll find it hard to find a product that may not qualify for a subscription or some type of auto reordering. So when the orders come in, and this is another just excellent job by our developers on how subscription orders actually work. So what a lot of merchants ask is, well, now what happens if I order that product on the 10th of the month? How do I know that to ship that product out on the 10th of every month? Well, the beauty of Nexternal and the order management system is that once the subscription is set up, you can see we have in the subscription section, we have active subscriptions that are running. Every week, a new order is going to pop up. So Nexternal is essentially just repeating that original order or that original subscription order every week. So every week you're going to see a new order populate the order section of Nexternal for that subscription. Now you'll be able to tell it's a subscription because it'll actually say it was generated by the subscription functionality inside of Nexternal. But it's just, it lays down right next to your standard online orders or your Amazon orders or your internally placed orders. All of your orders will show up here, whether they are subscription or not. So on the first of every month, if you have, let's say, 100 subscription orders for that day, you're going to log into your Nexternal order management system. And then in the order section, you're going to have 100 orders that are here automatically. So you don't have to go out, you don't have to click process, you don't have to batch them together and submit the orders yourself. Nexternal is smart enough to automatically generate those orders every month, every week, bi-weekly for you. So it's very, very automated once the configuration is set up. So again, setting up, managing, and then processing subscription orders, really, it just couldn't get much easier than what our developers have come up with around the subscription functionality. So as you can see, we have some great subscription features, and we're pushing I'd say about 20 minutes or so. So at this point, I'd like to take a look. I see I have some questions in the GoToMeeting panel. So I'd like to open up the webinar to a few of those questions. And let me just take a quick look here. And if you have any, let's see here. Let's take a look. So one of the questions that I see is, can you have all subscription orders generated on the same day? And that's a great question. I kind of just alluded to that and gave that away earlier. But you have the ability to set what's called a sync date. And this is a pretty, kind of complicated thing to understand, but you have what's called a sync date. So for each one of your subscription variations, and let me jump back in there. Oops. Each one of your subscription variations at the product level, you have the ability to set a sync date. And so if you would like, if let's say I order this item on the 5th, but you want to fulfill these orders on the 1st of every month, you can set a sync date of the 1st. And then if I come in on the 5th and order, then my next shipment is going to ship out on the 5th on the first of the following month. So it gives me the ability to say, I log in and all of my subscriptions for that month will actually show up on the same day. So you can also do things like have exception days. So if someone orders on the 30th, you don't want them to be included in that shipment that goes out on the 1st. So essentially, yes, you can generate your subscription orders on the same day, or have, these subscription options kind of show up on the same day. So all of your weekly orders will show up on the Monday or on the first part of the week, while the biweekly is on the same day as well. So, okay, so let's take a look, see if there's another question in here. Is the customer's credit card automatically charged when a new order is created? That's a good question. And so, yes, so the customer's information is stored with their record. So when they go to, when the subscription order, the reoccurring order is generated, the card on file will automatically be charged for that service. Now you're still going to have to go in and capture those funds. So Nexternal will authorize those funds, and you'll capture those funds along with your other online orders. But yes, the billing for that is automated as well. Okay, let's see if I have any more here. Okay, well, that looks like that's it for the questions. Again, we tried to make this extremely brief to give you a good idea on how subscriptions work with Nexternal. I'd like to thank you all for attending today's webinar. Let me go ahead and just show you my contact information should you have any questions after the fact. I hope you found this webinar informative, and additionally, I hope this webinar helped you understand that offering subscriptions is an excellent way to increase your recurring revenue stream. And if adding subscription to your online store is as easy as Nexternal makes it, then I think at the very least you should at least give it a try, no matter what kind of products that you offer. So thank you again for attending. Again, my name is Ty Nunez. If you have any questions or concerns after the fact, please do not hesitate to contact me, and happy selling.